Okay, we can start. Good morning, everyone, again, and welcome back to the third track webinar series. This is the third webinar of the track webinar series. We are going to talk today about the three main European projects in which Technological Corporation of Andalusia are involved. Let me introduce me briefly. I'm Rocío de la Rosa Gilabé, business development consultant in Technological Corporation of Andalusia and member of the TRACK consortium. TRACK is a European project co-founded by the COSME program of the European Union. 5 partners are involved in this European project. Bellepolis Valley from France, Greenport from Netherlands, Cluster from Emilia-Romagna from Italy, and ATC from Romania. Today, before starting, I want to say you that we would love to hear from you during the presentation. So if you have any question, you can write in our chat window. And my colleague Marisol from Technological Corporation of Andalusia is here today with me, and she will manage this chat. Of course, at the end of this webinar, you can open your microphone and ask us any questions regarding this presentation. Then you will find later this webinar in our official TRACK website. You can read the website direction in the screen, TRACK growing data. And of course, for the good development of this webinar, please keep your microphones off. And finally, feel free to share this webinar in your social networks. We will appreciate it if you disseminate this TRACK webinar. So now let's begin. The summary and the content of this webinar is mainly in 4 points. The first one, I would like to introduce you briefly our company, Technological Corporation of Andalusia, and we will put the main focus in our international projects. Then I'm going to introduce you the 3 main projects, European projects, in which we are involved. These projects are related with support the innovation of the European companies, SMEs. The first one is DIVA project. It's a cascade funding project. The next one is INNOWWIDE project. It's a fund project also. And the last one is ICT agri-food Eramet project. It's a special project because the way of manage the money is a little bit different to the two previous projects. Then I'm going to start with the presentation of our company. Technological Corporation of Andalusia is a strategic partner for innovation. We are located in Spain, in the south of Spain, especially in Sevilla city, and we help businesses, universities, public authorities, and other bodies to successfully achieve their research and develop objectives and valorize their results. CTA was founded in 2005 with the aid of the Andalusian regional government, and it is a private foundation which works to promote innovation and comprise 158 members companies. We have a multi-sectoral cluster. We have companies from aeronautic and industrial sector, construction sector, biotechnology, energy, ICT, and of course, this is all our sector. So we have of course, agri-food sector. Sorry, CETA offers innovation clusters and advanced advice for innovation to our members and to companies outside of our cluster. And our network are composed by technological parks, universities, industrial associations, technological platforms, campus of international excellence, research and development institutes, investors, scientific advisors, regional and national government, and not CTA members. We have a reference European partner as a regional cluster of innovation. We are continuously looking for new opportunities in European projects, and now we are running 17 lead European projects co-funded by programs such as Horizon 2020, COSME, and different types of Interreg. In this slide, you can see all the European projects in which we are involved now. Today, I'm going to introduce you these three, DIVA, INNOWWIDE, and ICT Agri projects. This project can help you as a SMEs to found your innovative project. And the first one that I'm going to talk to you is about DIVA. DIVA is a Horizon 2020 project. It has 6 participant countries: Portugal, Spain, France, Ireland, Italy, and Greece. It's composed by 10 partners. Now it's a call open to help these SMEs. DIVA brings a strong support to help SMEs to build and carry out the collaborative projects they need to develop the new value chains offerings in agri-food, forestry, and environment productive sectors. The objective of this project is to build a new digitech value chain that will be demonstrated in real environments and that will be its internationalization. In this slide, you can see the DIVA full ecosystem. DIVA project aims to provide support to the emergence and development of new industrial digitech value chains. DIVA project creates a digital map, digital roadmap, and it contains all the technology that in this project are involved. You can see projects related with blockchain, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and all these ideas are connected in this project. The main objective is to connect ICT sector with agri-food sector, forest sector, and environment sector, and create new projects and new value chains. DIVA has 2 main calls. The first one is closed. It finished last year, and we had a very successful call. We found 40 projects from migration, 30 projects from demonstration, and 10 projects from internationalization. So now is open another DIVA call, and the objective of this call is to founding SMEs innovate projects in order to accelerate new ideas along the innovation chain. And if open to all the SMEs from the agri-food sector, forestry sector, environment sector, and of course ICT and all related sectors as robotics, automatics, electronics, and machinery. So, first one, I'm going to explain the guide of applicant, how to apply and how are the 3 different instruments. DIVA has 3 different vouchers or instruments. The first one is maturation. This kind of instrument has 2 different kind of voucher. The first one is focused on business maturation voucher to develop the activities to maturate a business model supported by innovative products, processes, service, and technologies related to digitalization of agri-food, environmental or forestry sector, and the other one is a voucher focused on technology maturation. This voucher is more focused in companies that has a TRL between 4 and 5 and want to increase their TRL to 5 or 6. And of course, this voucher fund research and development activities are included and can improve the product that the company are development, processes and service, including prototype or testing and bringing on prototype or testing. In this kind of voucher, you can apply individually or with a collaborative project. Both options are totally accepted. The next one is the demonstration instrument. This demonstration instrument has two kinds of voucher. The first one is focused on a small-scale demonstration project, and with this voucher, it's possible to fund only 25,000 euros, and the other one is focused on large-scale demonstration projects, and with this voucher you can fund 60,000 euros. The difference is that with the first one, with a small scale, you are most focused in projects with a TRL to 5, between 5 and 6, and it's found activities technical and economic viability of a new or improved product, service, solution or technology in an operational or near to operational environment and bring them to the next level of TRL. And the other one, large-scale demonstration, aims at funding the same activities than a small scale, but from a higher starting technology readiness level, bringing them from TRL 6 to TRL 7. Activities and consortiums should address and demonstrate a well-completed value chain. So, the next one and the last one is the internationalization instrument. This instrument gives vouchers with 30,000 euros and is focused to funding activities to foster internationalization of a group of SMEs with a demonstrated value chain in another country out of the European Union. I mean, for example, if you are SMEs from France and you want to internationalize your project out to the European Union, you can apply to this voucher and you receive the quantity of 60,000 euros to develop your project in other country. Okay, now I'm going to explain you the difference between individual projects and collaborative projects. The individual project is only for maturation projects. This is the first voucher. And collaborative projects is available in all instruments. You must to have a collaborative project in demonstration and internationalization projects, at least 2 SMEs. If you want, you can introduce another member and create a consortium with 3 SMEs. The consortium led by one of the SMEs located in one of the 6 DIVA countries. If you create a collaborative project, the SMEs that are leading this project has to be in the 6 DIVA countries. You can introduce another member from other DIVA country, but this company can't to lead the consortium, only as a member. And he And this company can receive money, but no can lead the consortium. End users can participate, but cannot lead the consortium, of course, and you can subcontract if you want another the service of another European country outside to DIVA countries. Now we are going to study deeply each instrument. Instrument maturation is only for individual or collaborative projects. It's a business and is focused in business and technology maturation. Which kind of activity can you find with this voucher? You can find coaching and mentoring activities related to strategy and business model development, IPR study strategy and technological state of the art, market and marketing pre-study, feasibility study, regulation study, test and technological integration in laboratory and technological maturation. I want to remind you that the targeted sectors are agri-food, forestry, environment, and ICT, always. And of course, if you have a member from the same sector, the condition is that this member has to be from another DIVA country. The two requisites necessary is that two different sectors in the same consortium or two same sectors from different countries. The next instrument is demonstration. As I said before, this is composed by two different vouchers. This is the first one is from demonstrative small scale. This is the grant amount of this voucher is 25,000 euros, and the kind of activity that are funded with this voucher are experimentation, technical and economical tests in real life or similar environments, and applies to partial states of a value chain. This kind of voucher have to be composed for at least two different countries or sectors. The next one is the demonstration large-scale voucher. This voucher, the kind of activity that can found is experimentation, technical and economical tests in real life or similar environments, a complete value chain, and a complete value chain must be demonstrated. If you have a demonstrate site and you are interested to do experimental activities in this demonstrate site, we recommend you that you upload this demonstrate site to DIVA website. It gives you more capacity to finally be selected for the consortium, because we are promoting that all these demonstration sites are in the same places located in DIVA website. Then finally I am going to show you the DIVA website. And the last one, instrument internationalization. This is only one kind of voucher, and the kind of activity that this voucher found are internationalization market strategy, business model development and implementation roadmap, IPR policy implementation, market and marketing study plan, and regulation policy implementation. The amount of this voucher is 30,000 euros, and the eligibility criteria for this voucher is at least 2 SMEs and from 2 different countries or sectors. Okay, now, as I said before, we have a call open. This is the second and final DIVA call. So this is your opportunity to apply to this interesting European project. This call was opened in 26th of November, and it will be open continuously to 31st January at 5 o'clock Brussels time. We have now in this call 1,380,000 euros to fund 50 maturation projects, 18 demonstration projects, 10 for small scale and 8 to large scale, and 5 internalization projects. So when the call will close, we have 1 month to evaluate all the proposals received, and we will publish the funded project list in 31st of March in 2020. How can you apply to DIVA project? Okay, we have an online platform. In this online platform, you can fill in all the information needed to apply to DIVA project, and is all the manage is online. You don't have to send us any document. It will be everything online. You can contact with your DIVA country information point. If you are a company from Portugal or Spain or France or Italy or Greece, you can contact with your DIVA point. And if you have any doubt or you want to present a project and you need any support about how you can apply, you can write to our email that I will show you later, and you can ask us any question. Online administrative form is very easy. We only need to know about the SMEs status. So we will check the shareholders, number of employer pensions turnover. If you have SMEs or a startup that you recently create your company, no worries. Instead of turnover, we will ask you about your business plan. And of course, finally, we need the budget of the project that you want to fund. How are going to evaluate your proposal? Your proposal has to be only 10 pages maximum. It is the description of work. The information regarding administrative details is not in these 10 pages. Only in these 10 pages is the description of work. I mean the content of your project. And we are going to evaluate 3 main instruments. The first one is the excellence of the idea, the excellence of your project, the objectives, quality of proposed solution, innovation tier L. Next one, the impact of the project, business model, value chain, cross-sectoral features, and cross-border ambition. These 2 points are very important because DIVA projects are promoting especially the cross-sectoral activities and cross-border ambition. Next one, DIVA thematic alignment, DIVA digital trends. In this link you can visit the DIVA digital trends. This is several digital trends that DIVA was selected for this project. And for internalization proposal, targeted countries has to be explained. This is really important because this is the main information in the impact of the project. And the last one is implementation. Work plan, work packages, role of each company, if it is a consortium, and each person in each company, methodology, timeline, capacities, resource to be committed. And for demonstration proposal, it's necessary applicants have to explain the demonstration activities and what is expected in terms of results. And as I said before, if you are going to use a DIVA demonstration site or demonstration site, it is necessary that you upload this demonstration site to DIVA website. These three instruments will be considered in a different way, in different percentages, depending of the instrument. For maturation, it will be considered the impact of the project in a more important, and in other kind of instrument, in demonstration or internalization, implementation will be considered more important. So finally, as appendix, it is necessary that each SMEs send us a copy of the profit and loss account and balance sheet for the last 3 years for which accounts have been closed for SMEs. For a startup, as I said before, only the business plan is necessary. The curriculum vitae of SMEs person involved in the proposal, subcontractors agreement if applicable, consortium agreement if applicable, and declaration of owner template is provided. You can find all this information in DIVA website. If you apply in our call, you will find all the information necessary to the DIVA website. Regarding the contract for individual projects, grant agreement signed between the DIVA partner located in the same country and the SMEs is necessary from the result publication date. And for collaborative projects, grant agreement signed between the DIVA partner located in the same country and the leader SMEs is necessary from the results publication date. And a consortium agreement signed by the SMEs and its partners. And the duration of the project, maximum duration of project is 80 months for maturation projects, and project starting date will be at least 1 month after grant agreement signature. After DIVA call close, we have 1 month to evaluate your proposal, and then after you sign the grant agreement, you can start with your project. And a final assessment meeting with DIVA partner must be done at least in 31st of December 2020. Funding. For individual projects, funding will be granted to the sole SMEs beneficiary, but for collaborative projects, the leader SMEs will be the funding reserve and will be in charge of its distribution among partners, according to what previously described in the consortium agreement. 50% will be transferred at the beginning of the project, soon after the grant agreement signature and consortium agreement signature if required, and at the end of the project, we will transfer the other 50% of the voucher 1 month after the final assessment. Firstly, each SMEs leader have to send us a technical report considering the satisfactory DIVA partner founder. And finance reporting is not necessary. We only evaluate the technical report and that all the actions or milestones defined at the beginning of the project were done. So no financial report is required. Regarding the technical report, it will be submitted 1 month from the final day of the project, and we select proposals will be monitored by DIVA national panel in charge. We will make an initial assessment with a roadmap and a final assessment. It's only a document necessary for us to know how the project is at the beginning of this execution and at the end of its execution. This roadmap template will be provided to all beneficiaries in due time. Regarding the final solvency check, we will make a briefly final check to the SMEs. Beneficiaries must to prove their financial capacity to carry out the action described in their proposal and to properly manage the final support granted to them. So we only will ask to a copy of the profit and loss account and balance sheet for the last 3 years, as I said before. And in case of SMEs without a financial history or track record, we only need a current fiscal period certified by an external auditor or a self-declaration including a business plan for the ongoing financial year. Okay, now how are going to evaluate your proposal? How is the evaluation process? The eligibility check has the following points. The first one, proposal submitted in due time. The online platform will be closed in due time, so if you don't upload your proposal or your application form before that the platform closes, you can't present your application form after that. So it is really important. Next one, your proposal have to be submitted in English through the DIVA website application. The status of beneficiary and applicant is an SMEs and fulfills with SMEs European Commission definition. So you have to demonstrate that you are a real SMEs according to the European Commission definition. And the SMEs graphical location leader has to be located in one of the located 6 DIVA partner countries. For collaborative proposal, transsectoral or transnational, it's really important to present the consortium good defined in cold text. The types of innovation actions submitted, it is necessary to define well in a cold text. The duration of the project has to be defined as well in a cold text, and it is important that the duration of the project it will be later when the project is running. The project has to be running in the same duration of the project that you write in your application form. Finally, regarding evaluation process, the scoring for each criterion will be in the range of between 0 and 5, and the score for individual criterion is 3. So you need a punctuation of 3 to pass and finally approve your application. The overall is threshold is 10, but how we receive a lot of application form, you can have a punctuation of 10 or more, but we have only a concrete number of vouchers to fund projects. As I said before, we have 50 vouchers to maturation project, we have 18 vouchers to demonstration project, and we have 5 vouchers to internalization project. So you can get 10 points or more, but we only found the projects with the best mark. So we have a limited number of vouchers. And finally, evaluation committee is composed by all evaluators from the consortium of DIVA, led by a SOI. The elaborate proposal ranking list and validate approved proposal will will show after all the evaluations and will notify you by founded projects on 31st of March 2020. The evaluation criteria of this main different instrument is for impact. We will evaluate potential markets, potential customers, potential scale-up, competitors, business model, commercialization plan, cross-sectoral and cross-border aspects, leverage effect, contribution to new value chains creation, alignment with DIVA priority thematic. For excellence, we will evaluate degree of innovation, risk, contingency measures, current state of the art of the project, innovation state, consistency of technical objectives related to expect innovation. Regarding to implementation instrument, we evaluate technical and business capacities, the description of activities, time frame, methodology, risk management, budget and activities adequacies. This is all the points that we will evaluate in each the different three instruments. And finally, I want to show you that in this link you can contact with your national contact point if you are interested in apply to DIVA project. And our next event will be online event. Will be the next 17th of December at 11 o'clock. And this event, you can DIVA will broadcast another open webinar to all the SMEs, and you can arrange a B2B online meeting with different companies from different countries. So if you are interested, you can subscribe to this event and you can arrange different meetings with SMEs that we will put or we will use an online platform in which you can match with other companies and you can have 30 minutes or 20 minutes to talk about your business to other SMEs and get different B2B meetings along the day. So before present you INNOWWIDE, I want you to show DIVA website. This is the DIVA website. All the information I talking with you is in this web. You can click in this link, Project DIVA, and here you can see all the events or new publications regarding the project. In this tab, you can see the different instruments detailed. Here you can see the next event, DIVA event. You can register here in this button, and in this tab you can see the list of projects that was founded in the last first call. Project, maturation projects, demonstration project, internationalization project. For example, for maturation projects, here you can see the different projects that receive the voucher from DIVA, and these projects are from different DIVA countries, and as you can see, we found 40 finally companies. Here you can see demonstration project and internationalization project. If you are interested in know more about each project, you can click here and you can see more information. And of course, as I said before, here you can see the support tools. You can see the DIVA trend maps, DIVA challenge, DIVA demonstration facilities, DIVA digital value chains. To know more about the alignment of DIVA or DIVA trends map, you can see here different publications regarding different topics that DIVA consortium are interested in, and you can see here the events and publications, and here you can talk with our different DIVA location points. Portugal, Spain. This is my colleague Natalie from Technological Corporation of Andalusia. And you can, of course, subscribe to DIVA newsletter. And finally, this is our advisory board that are supporting the DIVA project. And here is our DIVA Twitter account. If you want to be updated about our news, please follow this Twitter account. And that's all about this European project. It's really interesting. I encourage you to apply to this project. Of course, we keep in touch if you have any doubt regarding this. Okay, now we are going to talk about the next one project that in which the Technological Corporation of Andalusia are involved, are founding innovation projects around the world. This is a big project because it's more focused in projects out of the European Commission. The INNOWWIDE project intends to bring European highly innovation SMEs to the forefront of internationalization markets by opening 2 calls that will allow them to conduct viability assessment projects in cooperation with local stakeholders. This project is a little bit different with the DIVA because this only found viability assessment project. Then I'm going to explain you what is this. Found these VAPs in cooperation with local stakeholders around the world, creating the condition to increase the uptake of European innovative solutions in markets outside of Europe. As DIVA project is more focused in agri-food, forestry, environment, and ICT sector, INNOWWIDE is focused in all kinds of sectors. So you can apply here if you are from energy sector, biology sector, aeronautic sector, industrial sector, wherever you from, you can apply to this project. This project is composed by different SMEs from Spain, Portugal, Germany, France, Netherlands, and Finland, and so on. What is a VAP? This concept is important to clarify. A VAP is a preliminary study, technical study, market study, legal and socio-economic assessment. It's a variability assessment study to the idea of the company. For example, if a company wants to put their product in another country and they want to know previously the risk regarding technical actions, markets, and legal and socioeconomic assessment, they need to do a viability assessment study. So this is the thing that INNOWWIDE found. With this action, INNOWWIDE intends to validate the viability of international innovative businesses solutions along emerging global value chains and try to identify and assist key framework conditions that may favor or impede the effective deployment of collaborative solutions and models in target third countries. These include a refined and viable definition of such business solutions and models, together with their implementation strategies, including preparatory work for further RTDI collaborative projects needed to streamline product development. What is not a VAP? VAF? For example, a sole market and technology survey without intent business development based on innovation and internationalization cooperation. A value export aid scheme, one direction mature product market penetration facilitation, no product development collaboration with local counterparts, or about development aid scheme, also relevant positive local impacts are a must. Win-to-win business-led frameworks are to be developed. So it's really important to take into account that INNOWWIDE has a balanced geographical coverage. So companies could be from developing countries, rich emerging economies, and developing countries. INNOWWIDE will make a balance between all the proposals received from these different areas. VAPs should be submitted by single independent European or Horizon 2020 associated country SMEs, has to anticipate innovative global collaborative business models and solutions in close cooperation with third country stakeholders, and has to focus on a single pilot non-European or Horizon 2020 associated country target market. These are the three main points that have that each VAPs should to commit. The next one, each VAPs should include a minimum comprehensive, balanced, and coherent package of exploratory co-creation, technology uptake, and market practical prospection activities out of a predefined list to explore the practical, technological, and commercial viability of the intended innovative business solution. It is really important to know that lasts no more than 6 months. To the VAPs has to be no more than 6 months, and with it has to be a total eligible cost of at least 86,000 euros. So if your VAPs is less than this quantity, you don't be eligible. You can receive the voucher of 60,000 euros. And the last one, feature of a VAPs should feature a preliminary co-creation partnership with a local counterpart in view of further international collaborative RTDI projects underpinning the expected innovative business model development. About the call details, the first one is closed. We found 50 VAPs, and we had $3 million euros. Sorry, and the second call will be open shortly, probably at the beginning of the next year. We don't have the date now exactly. So if you want to be updated of the news of INNOWWIDE, I recommend you to follow the project by Twitter or LinkedIn, or visit frequently the website. We are preparing now the second call, and we will found 4 million euros, and we pretend to found 60 VAPs. So now is your opportunity because we have more money to fund. It was a success in the last call. We received more or less 3,000 proposals, and finally we found only 50 because we have only 3 million euros. But it was a really success, so we expect now the same or more proposal for the next second call. Regarding the implementation, a preliminary streamlined final viability check will be done. The mechanism of fund is a lump sum scheme, because this reduces administrative burden. As DIVA project in INNOWWIDE, the money will be transferred the 50% advance payment at the beginning of the project, and at the end of the project, after receiving your technical report, we will transfer you 50% of the other final payment of 50%. Only each SMEs can receive 1 VAP per call per applicant, and only 1 success VAP per SMEs. So it means that each SMEs only can apply once during the INNOWWIDE project, and these SMEs only can receive 60,000 euros, no more, so 1 voucher. And of course, we have opened another call for experts, because in this project we are subcontracting external experts for the evaluation. So we have in the website open a call for experts. So if you consider you can evaluate project, or you know a external expert that could be interested in this, please tell him or contact with him if it's interesting to be an expert to evaluate proposals. And here you can see the results of the first call. As you can see, we had a good repartition around the world with all the voucher that we with all the projects that we found. 6 out of 6 SMEs that was found in the first call were startups. 20 companies are from Spain. The target countries more received is from United States, India, and Brazil. And the main sector of the proposal received were from energy, agriculture, and environment sectors. And before introduce you the next project, I'm going to show you INNOWWIDE website. Here in INNOWWIDE website, you can see the process of the next call, the first call. As you can see, the first call was open in the 1st of April on 2019. The deadline of the first call was in 31st of May. Then, more or less at the end of September, the results and grant signature were done, and the project implementation started at the end of 2019. So it is very recent, as you can see. So we are now working in the next second call, and probably at the beginning or in the mid of 2020, next year, it will be open, and you can apply. You can apply to this call, of course, by this platform. You don't need documents. You can apply in this platform. When the call will open, you can see here a button where you can click to apply, and upload all the information required to the call. Here you can see an overview of the project and how can you apply, when will the course be launched. Here you can be updated about all the news regarding the project. This is the all quantity of the total budget of the INNOWWIDE project, and the duration of the project is 30 months. Here the events related with the project, news, events. The last event here you can see the last event, the next event. In the source you can download the information regarding the project, VAP call text, VAP call guidelines, spare call text, frequently asked question, example of innovation application form. This is very interesting information that can help you to know more about the project. In funding opportunities, you can get the documents, the information necessary, and as you can see, application now is closed, and it will be open when the call will be open in the next year. And this is matchmaking tool. This is a tool that are in process. We are working on it. This is a tool that probably will be ready for the next call, in which you can look for new partners for your innovative projects. So here you can click your interest or your sector activity, your company site, and you can find a partner, interesting partner in another country with one you can match or you can connect to do a collaborative project. Okay, this is all about INNOWWIDE project, and now we are going to talk about ICT agri-food project. This is the first project, main project in Technological Corporation of Andalusia that can help to found your innovative idea. This is a recent project that started 2 months ago, and this is a project that started with a previously project in the past. The first one was ICT Agri, the second one was ICT Agri 2, and the first one is ICT Agri Food. This is the next. So the background of this idea is that the project wants to bring together actors from across the entire agri-food system, including primary producers, SMEs, in multi-actor approach. So this project wants to digitalize, want to encourage the digital transformation of agri-food sectors. This is a peculiar project because it's more focused in the way to finance the project depending of the country condition. I'm going to talk you deeply later. The main connection with this project is agriculture and food sectors want to connect agriculture with food sector, consumers with farmers, animal production with cropping systems, member states with associated countries, region, alignment with international partners, policymakers with authorities, scientific advisors, and stakeholders. As you can see, this is more open, and you can connect, you can create new value chains in this different way. This project has 34 parties or partners from 22 different countries, and include 3 regions. These 3 regions are Flanders, Andalusia from Spain, and Brittany. And this project has 18 million euros for the first call. The first call is now, we are working now in the first call. It will be open probably at the end of the next year. This project has a duration of 5 years. So during these 5 years, we will open 3 calls, and we will arrange different activities in parallel. The vision of agri-food is summarized in this picture. It pretends to improve the ICT and digital technologies and share this new technology with the agri-food sector and create new food value chains, offering new business models and helping to empower consumers to make a smarter, more suitable, healthier, and more personal food and dietary choice, taking into account data regarding environment impact, origin, nutrition, safety, integrity, and etc., underpinned by the concept of transparency. The story of this project is since already 29, the ERANET ICT Agri was supporting the development and implementation of new technologies for a competitive, sustainable, and environmentally friendly agriculture. ERANET proposed to pool fragmented human and finance resources to improve both the efficiency and the effectiveness of Europe's research efforts. The overall goals of ICT Agri is supporting the coordination of the European research on ICT and robotics, developing a common European research and innovation agenda, and following up with course basis on funds from the participant countries' national research programs. In December of 2012, ICT Agri 1 was the first idea of the project, was published concerning the global challenges in agriculture and a discussion of how ICT and robotics could contribute to their resolution or mitigation. And the conclusion was that it can define the focus, of course, of transnational European research projects. And nowadays, the idea of ICT agri-food project was born with this purpose to transform the agri-food systems with the support of digital platforms provided for ICT SMEs. Okay, the objective of this project is design, coordinate, and implement a joint co-funding call between member states, associated countries, and the European Commission to fund research and innovation projects aimed at achieving the vision outlined above. As ICT Agri-Food pretend to organize 1 to 3 additional joint calls without European Union co-funding to fund research and innovation projects aimed at achieving the vision outlined above. and exchange research and innovation capacity and ensure better use of resources in the use of digital technologies in agri-food systems by three ways. The first one, developing a research and innovation ecosystem, seeking synergies with other ERANETs and with interregional partnerships under the research and innovation strategies for smart specialization, including thematic smart specialization platform on agri-food and with the IOT European large-scale pilot program. The second one is promoting coordination between European Union, national and regional funding resources. And the last one, promoting coordination with international funding partners. And finally, the other objective is organize additional joint activities in parallel during the life of the project to make best use of synergistic effects between thematically related initiatives and to develop the self-sustainability of the ICT agri-food network for its continuation and maintenance. More objective regarding ICT agri-food is engage with and foster collaboration between all actors along the food chain, conventional and organic, and taking a multi-actor and system approach. Found projects that take advantage of integrate with and complement the output of already found projects in the ICT sector and integrate with existing digital platforms and technologies to reduce duplication of effort. Found projects which, using a multi-actor and system approach, lead the development of ICT and digital platforms and solutions that make use of data from across the food chain to open up possibilities in order to focus on new business models that deliver benefits for all actors. Benefits include improved resource use efficiency, reduce environmental impacts, avoiding losses and waste, reduce inputs and emissions. Moreover, the projects will lead to a more transparent food system with empowered consumers, encouraging the adoption of digital technology, increasing adoption rates, and ultimately a transition of the agri-food system towards increased sustainability and resilience. The impact expected of this project, that is a coordination between national and European Union funding and ensure better use of resources in the private research areas. The coordination of this project is between European Union and the public resource of the different countries. In the case of Spain, it's only Andalusian region, and in the other case is different. The different 22 countries that you can watch it in the previous slide. So the condition of this fund is with the condition of each allocated SMEs in the different country. It means that we don't have a common conditions or common eligibility criteria for all the countries. Each country has their concrete eligibility criteria. So if you are a company, for example, from France, and you are interested in applying to this project, you have to contact with the contact point of France and know more about their eligibility criteria. And this project is found with own resource. It means that each partner put their own resource, their own money, and they finance a project with the money that they have. The impact expected with agri-food is to reduce the environmental footprint of the sector by reducing inputs and waste, realize the potential of ICT and digital technologies to share data throughout the food value chain, and integrate effectively with major digital transport from food actors, with ICT solution providers and consumers. As I said before, this project started recently, 2 months ago, so now the consortium is working in the next and first call that will be probably at the end of this next year. The main characteristic of this project is the multi-actor approach. Farmers, artisans, consumers, private industry, civil society organization, and this involved in governance can is encouraged. The impact on 2 or more phases of the value chains. So a project that can impact in 2 or more phases of value chain will be more interesting. Will be more take into account in the final evaluation, including primary production, manufacturing and processing, food packaging, distribution, consumers' behavior and attitude, and household, as well as catering consumption. The confounding call. Other criteria is that the consortium has to consist or should consist of a minimum of 3 partners from at least 3 participant countries in the ICT Agri-Food ERANET co-found. This is a really important criteria to take into account if you want to apply to this call. Then, international collaboration with partners from additional countries are also welcome, always if they bring their own funding. However, they cannot be coordinators of the projects, and their activities should not be essential for the success of the project. And the next eligibility criteria is that the ICT Agri-Food 2019 joint call will follow a 2-step process with a proposal, step 1, and full proposal, step 2. There will be an expert evaluation and selection by funders at both steps. 3 additional calls without co-funding will defined and implemented during the project execution, subject to commitment from partners. First one, the European Space Agency and ICT Agri-Food plan to collaborate with the aim of promoting the emergence of innovative and commercially sustainable service in the agri-tech sector, making use of space. Second one, ICT Agri-Food Challenge Call. The topic of the challenge will be selected with the partners according to recommendations and assessments obtained from a specific workshop among the partners and European Union experts undertaken in collaboration with CHIST ERA for ERANET. And ICT Agri-Food call based on the SRIA, as well as experience and lessons learned from the first co-founding call to be defined. The additional activities that will take place in parallel with the execution of agri-food project will be finding and expand synergy with other related initiatives as thematically related initiatives, the private sector relevant platforms such as TSSP-AF, the RISC-3, and also with initiatives international and European level such as EAP Agri and non-European countries that could benefit from a connection to ICT Agri-Food, designing SRIA implementation plan, describing the joint action that the ERANET will undertake based on the priorities described in the SRIA. The third one, developing and implementing an outlet incubator for research, startups and SMEs founded within ICT Agri course and further stakeholders with a special focus on the multi-actor approach within ICT agri-food. And the fourth one, organize a young research workshop for early career scientists to promote their career and will potentially incentivize with a suitable price. This is all regarding this project. Now I'm going to show you the website in which you can find the information or more information regarding the project. As you can see here, the area of actuation of the project is very extended. In Europe, you have a lot of possibilities to apply to this project if you are a company from Europe. You have different contact points in this big area. So if you don't from this country, you can participate to the consortium with as a partner or as a subcontractor, but not leading the consortium or the project. Or if you want to apply to this and you have doubt how you can participate, you can ask to your contact point and talk about them the possibility to participate. This project is you can see here the pre-announcement is all information regarding the next call, and you can read more about the next actions. You can download this document and read more about the call for transnational collaborative interdisciplinary research projects on ICT-enabled agriculture system. This is all information that we have now because the project started recently. So here you can see a general overview about the project and about the call, and you can be updated about news in the Twitter account or LinkedIn account or in this website, and be updated about when the call will be open. In this tab you can see related information regarding the project's mapping. For example, this is a mapping of projects within ICT and robotics for agriculture. It is a really interesting information regarding the ICT and robotic trends or new technology focused to agriculture, and you can see the different mapped projects here and the duration and founder of each one, and you can read more about each previous project related with ICT in the past. So you can search profiles from different areas. You can search. You can hear a guide about how to add projects, which projects, and so on. And mapped projects by funder, mapped projects by country. You can see here the projects. You can click here, for example, and see more projects and read, for example, a project that could be interesting for you. And here you can see a description, project results, contact, agency, funding agency, the grants, and so on. So this is all about the ICT agri-food project. I hope this is useful for you, and of course the other ones. INNOWWIDE project. As a summary, I remind you the three main projects, INNOWWIDE projects. This is an innovative business solution in worldwide markets. I remind you that you can apply here if you are from different sectors, energy, aeronautic, and so on. Here, ICT agri-food. This is the ERANET project. You can apply here if you are from agri-food, forestry, environment, farmers, and so on. And DIVA project. This is now open, the call. I recommend you to apply if you are interested in a project between agri-food, forestry, environment, and ICT sectors. You can apply now to DIVA. I hope this webinar was useful to you. If you have any question or doubt, you can now feel free to open your microphone and ask me any question. Thank you very much. No questions? Okay. Anyway, if you want, you can write to this email. You can write me to this email, and I answer you as soon as possible. I'm going to share with you the presentation. And of course, if you have any doubt, you can write me and ask me about this webinar or about the DIVA INNOWWIDE ICT agri-food projects, and we can arrange a separate meeting and we can talk about them. Thank you all very much for your attention. I hope that this webinar was useful for you. And I'm going to send you this presentation to all of you. Now I will proceed to answer your question if you have any question. If not, thank you very much and have a nice day.